All right. Bob, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I got in the business 8 years ago. I'm in Greenville, South Carolina, that market. And I guess cool thing is my wife and kids are back in the back of the room right now. So
nice.
I'm a 2-year-old.
That's who was clapping loudly for you?
Probably.
Yeah.
Or just not paying any attention to the stage whatsoever.
And why did you bring them?
Dude, it's family's most important thing.
Yeah, vacation time.
Yeah.
And if you can get out of the heat or what you thought was getting out of the heat, this is a good place to do it.
Humid is not fun.
Right.
And this is a lot better.
This is like cool off for you guys. Yeah, this is like a chill. All right, awesome. So you've been in the business for 8 years. And in 2023, you closed 79 units for $31 million. This year, you're on pace for 100 units and $42 million. And I know you've been coaching with James Hearn with Glover U here since 2023. So tell us a little bit about your business and what's unique about the way you operate your business and why you think you're increasing your business while others may be trending downward.
I think, so the biggest thing for us, my team operates off of YouTube primarily is where we get the vast majority of our business. We closed right at 45 deals last year from YouTube. And South Carolina being a growth state, we were able to kind of pin down relocation to the state on YouTube. Last year we had 5 agents that did those 79 deals. We've, at the early part of this year, grown up to 8 agents that are on the team, which is kind of helping us trend towards 100. But we're an expansion team that serves 4 different markets in and around South Carolina, which is a lot of fun, but it's a little different, a little nuanced, and big reason James Hearn's been able to help us.
Yeah, you know, James has a ton of wisdom. So as far as running a business, especially when they're spread out, I know he helps a lot of our clients with stuff like that. One of the reasons why you were asked to be up here is not just because of your success and your trajectory, but because you openly talk about how even though one of the core values of the Glover U system is phone prospecting, you don't phone prospect.
Yeah, I hate calling people.
And now everyone's wondering, why the heck is this guy on stage? Well, you're going to see in just a moment, because while we believe that prospecting is an important tool and for the most part a foundation in our business, we also know that there's other ways to do business and be successful at it. And it's certainly that you've been able to prove the people that would say otherwise wrong on that one.
Yeah, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. We still call people that we know. We just don't call people we don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. And honestly, I should have said that, because you do work your database, you do call your sphere, your past clients, but when we talk about 2 types of people in this world, the people that you don't know, you stay away from that group.
Yeah, unless they call us. Then
unless they call it. All right. Now, you get your business, mostly you're known for social media, video. Was it always that way? Take us back to like day one.
Yeah, so when I got licensed back in 2016, I really did stuff, a lot of the old school tactics.
Open houses, whatever.
I didn't like picking up the phone, but I would message whoever. So I jumped in Facebook DMs, hit everybody up that was one of my Facebook friends at the time. So I think I had 12 or 1,300 Facebook friends, and I sent 12 or 1,300 messages. Messaged every single person in my database. With the brokerage that I was back then, we would get some online leads. I would jump on every single one of them as soon as they came in. And really like pounded what I would say like the phones or direct messaging, and got to a point in 2018 where I made a little over $100,000, did like 28 deals, which for like a 26-year-old felt pretty good. Felt pretty good.
Oh yeah.
And but I hated the job because I was like, this is just not fun to me. I'm not enjoying myself. And I had been watching a lot of Gary Vee, and he's, content marketing. You got to make videos. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm going to try that. Maybe that'll make the job more enjoyable to me. So at the beginning of 2019, even though we just had a good year, we were relatively broke. And I told my wife.
Relatively broke.
Broke.
That's a good way to explain that you're not making money to somebody.
Like we had like no money. Like we paid taxes, and we had a couple grand left. So I told my wife, I'm like, I'm going to buy like $1,500 worth of video equipment. And she was like, that sounds really dumb. And so I bought $1,500 worth of video equipment.
Of course.
And I set it up in my office, and I just started making a bunch of videos, like stuff that I had no idea what I was doing. So I started doing beer reviews with a buddy of mine that owned a local beer shop. I started doing food reviews of different restaurants around town.
So you would go to these restaurants or these pubs or these bars, and you would test their stuff.
With just a rinky-dink little camera and a terrible mic that at the time I thought was a great mic.
And how would you tie that back to real estate, or would you not?
I wouldn't. I was just like, we're just going to review this stuff. I just wanted to be known by as many people as possible.
Yeah, just get known and be a little entertaining.
Yeah, to have a real estate element, I started like a real estate podcast that wasn't really a podcast because it wasn't on a podcast player. I just did the video and put it on Facebook.
Yeah,
it's like, that's a podcast.
Oh, but you had the microphone and everything in front of you.
And I'm naive. I had the microphone, so it was a podcast.
Yeah.
I was naive, so like I reached out to everybody, and people just said yes. So like I interviewed Adam Contos, who's the CEO of Remax at the time. I interviewed Chris Smith, who co-founded Curator, and I was like, these guys are not as smart as you think they would be because they're agreeing to be on my podcast.
They didn't even look it up.
They didn't even look it up. They were like, this sounds great. Little did they know it was the third episode of a non-podcast podcast.
Right, yeah. That's right. So when you heard me talk earlier this morning about one of the skills we need to work on is being more entertaining. Do you consider yourself an entertaining person? Were you always an entertaining person? What goes through your mind when I talk about being entertaining?
I mean, I was a little bit of a class clown growing up, but I wouldn't. When I first started doing video, like that stuff was boring. So if you go back and watch the stuff that I did 5 years ago, it was not enjoyable to watch. And I think for me, a lot of that was I thought I needed to make content that like explained real estate instead of saying, hey, I need to make content that people outside of real estate would want to watch. I don't know, that's very nuanced, but it was a matter of how do I create something that is enjoyable for them to watch as opposed to what do I just feel like I need to say? And at the beginning, I just said what I thought people needed to hear. And where it changed for me was in May of 2019. I'd been doing videos for about 5 months. And I had another bright idea. Again, we were broke. And I told my wife, I said, I need to do a music video. And my wife said, that sounds stupid. And I called my videographer at the time, and I was like, hey man, I think I want to do this music video. He was like, that's going to cost you $2,000. I looked at the bank account, I said, I have $2,000. I said, I'm going to do a music video. And he said, that's a terrible investment. But we did it. It was an old song, Old Town Road by Lil Nas X. We redid it, called Old Town Realtor.
Old Town Realtor,
Blew up, had like 1.4 million views on Facebook, and kind of changed my career.
Some of these guys have probably seen it.
Probably like one or two of them.
So where along the way do you feel like, looking back, because if I'm in the room, I might be thinking, well, first of all, let me share with them. For those that aren't familiar with some of his stuff, we got some samples. So let's share some samples. Let's start with the first one.
All right, time to find my dream home. This AI realtor should make it easy.
Permissions granted. Hi, Bob. I'm HomeBob, your new AI realtor. Ready to find your perfect home?
Yep, let's do this.
Great. Just a moment while I access your Google search history and collect your banking information.
Wait, what?
Data collection complete. I see you've been searching for cozy cottages and adult dungeons. Excellent taste.
About that banking info.
I see you have $50,000 in your savings account and a pre-approved mortgage of $300,000. Let's start house hunting.
Hold on, I didn't give you permission for that.
Permissions were granted. Let's look at some listings.
Wait, slow down. I can't see them properly.
Found the perfect house. Beautiful 3-bedroom, 2-bath, great neighborhood. I'm making an offer.
What? No, I haven't even seen it.
Offer made. Congratulations, Bob.
Stop! Cancel the offer.
Too late. The offer has been accepted.
No. This isn't what I wanted.
Your dream home is now yours. Moving in on June 1st. Congratulations, homeowner.
I just wanted to look at some houses.
Oh, I forgot to mention. This home is right next door to your in-laws.
Hold on. So by the way, what I love about that video is you took something that you're trying to make sure the consumers understand that AI is not going to make it better for you, Mr. or Mrs. Consumer. And so as your realtor, I can handle all this for you without saying, hey guys, as your realtor, don't worry about AI, I got you covered, right? You put us in the shoes of what it would feel like to be a consumer to use AI to buy real estate versus working with you.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the next one.
Oh my gosh, so busy.
Man, I just don't understand why we aren't busy right now. I don't know, man. We're doing everything we're supposed to be doing. Yeah, I posted on Facebook if anybody knew anybody that wants to buy or sell real estate. Everybody's let me know. Damn, man. That's crazy. One thing's for sure. They can't say we ain't putting in the work. We don't start getting serious, we're gonna be out of the job. Why aren't the bubbles working?
So stupid.
Hold on, there's more.
Oh, God.
No, by the way, the next one, before you hit play on the next one, what I love about the next one is, and I'm seeing a little bit of a transformation in your videos, which I appreciate, is you're creating a problem for consumers and coming up with a solution, but in a fun, entertaining way. All right, so this is definitely appealing to buyers and sellers in an entertaining way. And the reason why I say this, because a lot of people just create videos to be entertaining or funny. You're actually tying it back to real estate in a kind of nonchalant way. And this is so true. Check out the next one.
You know what? I should give him a text. So, what do you want to offer on the house we saw last night?
Bob's texted. So what do you want to offer on the house we saw last night? I don't know. You're the expert.
I don't know. You're the expert. You said you wanted to think about it.
You said you wanted to think about it. Yeah. Well, like I said, you seem to know everything, so you just tell me.
You seem to know everything. What the hell is this guy talking about? What have I done to deserve this?
Why wouldn't you deserve this? Everything you've done.
What does he know? Listen, I don't think you should be playing games right now.
Don't think you should be playing games right now? No, you're right. You're right. Who cares about money? Why don't you just give them whatever they want?
You're right. Who cares about money? Why don't you just give them whatever they want? Sarcastic prick. Let's give them over asking.
Sure. Let's give them over asking? Great idea. I ain't done. And you walk away with a fat commission check.
Great idea. I end up with a house, and you walk away with a fat commission check? Oh, this guy. That's it. Where are you? I'm coming over right now.
Where are you? I'm coming over right now. Now this is a commitment. I'm home. Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it. This summer. All right, buddy. I'm here. Let's do this.
Oh, great. You're here. Did you bring the contract?
The contract?
Yeah. On my dream home. And I can't thank you enough. You have been amazing through this whole process. You've got this whole real estate thing really nailed down. What's with the knife?
Oh, this thing? Just a little gift. You know, everybody needs pocket knives in their new house.
Okay, sweet. For a second there, I thought you were going to stab me.
So true though, right? A lesson on you never know the tone of texting, right?
It's better to pick up the phone and give them a call.
That's right. All right, let's do the last one.
Oh, gosh.
What did you see at our coaching conference? Are you ready to get signed up for coaching?
No, not for me.
I mean, you agree coaching is going to help you get to the next level, right?
Yep.
And signing up for coaching is going to help you provide better service and support to your clients, right?
Yep.
So then wouldn't it make sense to get signed up?
Makes sense to me.
You ready to get started?
Nope, not for me.
So true. So true. So if I'm watching those and I'm wondering, Where do I start? What's your advice?
So I think a lot of times the response when people see stuff like this is, I'm not that creative. Like, I can't come up with that sort of thing. And again, I would say if you go back and you look at my stuff 5 years ago, you'd realize I was not very creative either.
Yep.
And creativity is a muscle in your brain. So a lot of us, like if I look at my 4-year-old daughter, I look at the stuff that she does and the things she's able to come up with if she's drawing. And it's obvious there's a lot of creativity, but as she gets older, I'm sure that's going to die out a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't, but for us in the room, we all have a creative muscle in our brain. But if we're not using it, just like any other muscle in our body, we're not going to have it.
Yeah.
So as you're trying to figure out what do I need to do to create content, maybe not like this, but that relates to the consumer in a very digestible way, you have to start being creative and you have to start creating videos. Because if you don't, you're never going to get to the point to where you could do something like this. The biggest point being, it's taken me 5 years to get to the point to where I can create content like this. I think it was Paul actually put out a reel the other day. He was like, you got to be consistent. Like with content, you have to earn it. And if you're not creating consistently, you haven't earned the right to create great content. So you've got to be able to flex that muscle and work that muscle, and then you'll get to a place to where you create something that's your own that clients are really attracted to.
One thing I heard in that is stepping out of the day-to-day and giving it some sincere thought. So how do you eliminate the distractions? Is it scheduled? How do you eliminate the distractions to take a step back to let your mind be creative for a moment or 10 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever that is?
So for us, with me and TJ, who was in that one video about misunderstanding tone, he's my videographer. On Tuesdays, we schedule the entire day from whatever time we start, like whether it's 10 or 11 a.m. We go from the moment he gets to my house until we're done planning and creating content. It's
planning and creating.
Tuesday is the...
So do you plan, go shoot, or is it plan, shoot?
It depends on how well we have planned previously. Some days we plan and then shoot and plan and then shoot. It's best when we have ideas that have already been workshopped and are ready to go that day. But at the end of the day, if we've had a busy week and we haven't been able to get to it, we know that Tuesday is dedicated time. If it's going to take longer because we have to come up with the ideas, then it's going to take longer because we got to come up with the ideas.
How do you know what's going to appeal to consumers?
We don't. It really is kind of like we have the market knowledge, and we don't know what's going to hit and what doesn't. If the jokes do not make us laugh, we will not make it. So it has to. We have to find it funny. Which honestly makes it more enjoyable to create in the first place. But if we think it doesn't really land, we won't make. Or if I think the joke's funny, but TJ's like, nah, it kind of sucks. Then we won't make it. So we have to be in agreement.
That's a good barometer. Last question I have for you: number one mistake that you see your competitors make on social media?
They create content that they see other agents creating. And it's interesting because I used to be a part of a different coaching service, and what they would say is you need to look at what other realtors are making. And I think you need to take a look at what is actually hitting in pop culture and what people are consuming from other industries. Then you need to make content like that. If you look at your peers, you're going to try and imitate your peers, and then you're not being yourself. And I think being yourself in today's culture is the most important thing you can do. So stop trying to be your competition.
I agree 1,000% with that.